And we're back again at the base from fighting the Antlion Overlord. I figure let's do the loot boxes first, and then we can go over fighting the Wither and the Gaia Guardian. I don't think I'll fight the Gaia Guardian on camera, but I'll show you where I am going to fight it, because I have fought it before on camera, and I'm pretty sure no matter what I do, it's going to be a long fight. So I'm fine with that. I'll just do that off camera, and because I need to fight it quite a few times to finish off all those quests. But yeah, so first I guess let's go through the quest book. So I got the Antlion Overlord done. I decided to do the Dimlet Researcher, so I crafted that, and then these were finished because I've already crafted the modular storage before. So I've done a couple of things in Britannia to set up the Elven Portal. I'll actually show you that. To get prepped for the Gaia Guardian thing, and also finished off the last level of runes and all the flowers I'm supposed to do, and the furnaces. So as soon as I've fought the Gaia Guardian a couple of times and I've got enough Gaia Essence, I'll be able to create the Master Infusion Stone and finish off all of these three here, but not the Ultimate Furnace. I can do the flower fertilizer whenever, I just have to be bothered to do it. Same with this one. I need some gravitite, so I need to go to the Aether and grab some of that, but otherwise done. And the Wither boss is what we'll be fighting today. So the Extreme Furnace should be the last one left on here. Same with here, it's actually called Ultimate Furnace, because that requires the Extreme Furnace. I've done a few more quests up in here. This requires Bedrockium, this is Bedrockium, these require Bedrockium. This one does not require Bedrockium, but it did require a hell of a lot of effort. I need to get some tools with specific enchantments on them, and yeah, I just done the Endo Quarry one, which is in itself a very, very complicated one. Took like an hour to get everything ready. I have started on this one. I already know from just looking at them that I know that to craft this requires 8 of this, and to craft this requires 8 of this. So to craft this takes 64 of this. So I'm trying to craft 64 of them, which requires, yeah, like 200 compressed cobble, which I've been doing, and it needs some hemp coils, which I don't have. I didn't think I needed any more of those, but obviously I do. So I need to plant some hemp and get some hemp. So I'll do that. I've finished up all these. I believe I've shown this last time. I still can do the jetpacks, just haven't done them. The dimensional transceiver, that's what we needed the enchanted spikes for, which I have now done. I think that's it. Again, I can craft all these. I can craft up to Solar Flux Panel 9, which is something I've just got to set it up to do. I have been trying to set up the auto crafting for that. What was I going to show? Solar stuff. Oh, right. Yeah. I was trying to set up auto crafting for that, but I don't know, my logistics pipe system is fairly dodgy, trying to request stuff, if there's enough steps and things, you know, it just stops. So it's not going to be particularly possible to do the solar panel crafting until I get to AE2, I don't think. Just because I need to create thousands and thousands of these panels, and if I have to sit there and do it 30 at a time, well, I'm not counting to 1,000, 30 at a time. So here I've set up a couple of mana pools. They're not actually sourced from anywhere. I could add sparks with the dominant augment, which means they'll pull from the other mana pools. I'm not sure if they'll pull straight through, but I can obviously set up a system to do some of that sort of stuff, even if it's mushroom to mushroom, mana spreader to mana pool thing. And here's the portal. I just tap the gateway core with the wand. To activate it and to send the items through to convert. Yeah, so I'll show you the changes in the nether. Oh, that's right. So the big thing is that we've got these diamond spikes now. So if we turn that on, it's going to take a little while. But they're enchanted with Reaper, which lets them drop mob souls. So these things here, they look weird like that, but if I actually grab one out, oh no. I'm sure they usually rotate, but anyway, it's mob souls, and it also gives me some of these other drops. So as you can see here, we've got these Enderman heads. That's what I needed for the dimensional transceiver, so I've got those now. It doesn't drop these flat heads, so I still need to go in with the cleaver myself to kill them. This is all open because Endermen aren't aggressive with you unless you look at them, and I can't look at them here. It's dark glass. So I think I can probably stand here and how much health have these things got? Yeah. So what I was originally hoping to do was to have a system automatically where I could flip a switch and the spikes would retract, and the platform would be set up for me to do the killing. So another thing we get is these dimlets, which are used for creating the dimensions with RF tools. So that's another reason why I set it up, was so that I can get those dimlets to finish that quest. So yeah. That's all done. So I don't know where I want to fight the Wither, actually. Let's... oh, right. Loot boxes. Jeez, why? Always forgetting about them. let's do those first, and then I think I'll fight the Wither in the Nether, because I can do that on what used to be the lava lake. A little bit of fertility, that's nice. Oh my god, red matter armor again. Advanced bin, no thank you. More lenses, definitely no thank you. Wow. Second pair of red matter armor, that's crazy. Don't need that, definitely don't need you, that's not too bad. Oh my god. And more mana lens, and core heart. So I'll put those away. I need to set up a trash can here actually. Let's set one up under there. And I'll get rid of those. Ah, structure. I know some people that... Ah, and there's my lubricant. This is quite nice if you get this early on. Not as much now. Another zombie generator, fluid vac, not too... Oh, so many... and another set of fluid vacs, and a flamethrower, and records, and lamps, another Zeolite ring. Let's... No, no, no. We will keep one set of those. No. Let me guess. Yeah, I've only got one left anyway. So I'll put that up there so I don't forget that I've got it. And some more void pipes, which I thought they were cool until I realized what they take to craft, which is basically nothing. So, yeah, okay, red matter armor. That would be a lot nicer if I actually had a didn't have that already, but I do. I've recently also discovered that killing bats will get me bat wings. So I've got 7 bat wings. Right. Wither. So for the wither we need soul sand. Let's just take a stack. Oh, I've only got 20 soul sand. Alright, I need to sort that out then. And we need wither skulls. So 20. Let's. Oops. Let's take 15 of those. I haven't done the math, I don't know if that's... Now, I would fight the Wither. So I've got my arena that I've set up for Gaia fight. But I know that the Wither can be quite damaging to the surrounding. So I don't want to fight. Oh god, I had a massive killing spree up here. I was leveling up the bolts. So let's just do it one at a time, I think is probably best. So two nether stars, nice. Let me get rid of all these loot bags. Now, one of the reasons we're fighting the Wither first is that I want to make a Witherless rose because the Gaia Guardian puts a withering effect on you, which is basically like a poison degeneration. Like that. There, the wither got me. That's why it's called a withering effect, is because it's the wither that does it. Yeah, so in order to create the Witherless rose, we need all these shiny things. So the fertile essence is parts from skeletons, slimes, and creepers, which I already have, and so I've already made 4 fertile essences, but we also need 4 nether stars for it, which is what we are getting now. And then once we've got that, when the Witherless rose is in our inventory, we are immune to the withering effect. Now, in this mod pack, there is a mod called the Hardcore Wither mod, which means that all bosses get harder each time you kill a boss. So it's to prevent you from just farming bosses. So kind of what I'm doing here, but to a larger scale. And just constantly killing like hundreds of withers, not just like 5 or whatever we're doing here. And yeah, so the wither itself gains more abilities and powers as it goes on, but every boss gets harder, or every enemy gets tougher the more bosses you fight. Um, yeah, so that's why I want to get nether star seeds as soon as possible to get my nether stars, and we need a lot of nether stars. Certainly if we tried to kill the wither for all the... wow, only 10? What? Well, that's... does that mean we've only got 14? 12? Jeez. Okay. That should do anyway. Nothing else particularly interesting. Right. So, now that we've done that, we can go back, craft the Witherless Rose, and I'll show you my Gaia arena. And then I will just have at it. That actually finished a quest, so... "13 lives." Okay. That might have been handy right at the start. Right now it's absolutely useless. So this is... what the hell? Oh, invisible creeper. Oh, I know what it is. It's because it's nighttime. Right, okay. We'll leave that then. So what you can't tell is there's supposed to be a shield. Oh, did that blow up my beacon? Damn it. Right. There's a shield on there, but I'm powering the shield with solar panels. So obviously at night there is no solar power, so it turns the shield off. But the shield would normally stop spawning there. I've got torches around the edges. Yeah. What are we? We're midnight now. But yeah. I'll leave that, and I might show you the arena again once I'm done. But yeah, I've just used the slime island over here. That's the size of the Gaia fight. There's supposed to be a beacon right in the middle, which is now blown up, which is not cheap. Oh well, we'll make another one. And yeah, I'll show you that later after I've done a couple of fights, I think. So after the Gaia fight, we will have the essence, Gaia essence, which will let me do the Master Infusion Stone, which will let me set all that stuff up. So I need to make a Gaia Spirit Ingot to finish that quest, and then the Ring of Odin, which is one of the rewards for killing Gaia too, but it's random whether you get it or not, so I have to fight quite a few times to make sure I get it, or might get lucky, get it first time. I need to set up my cobblestone generators to get my bedrockium. Now I'll be doing that a different way this time. With the cobblestone framework from Ender.io. The main reason why I haven't done that just yet, I was looking at it yesterday, was that it needs electrical steel, and I have run out of electrical steel. I've got the seeds, so I will be planting the plants. So once the Gaia Guardian fight's done, I've got the Master Infusion Stone that actually allows me to create the rest of the seeds. There should be nothing stopping me from creating all the seeds, including Nether Star seeds now. So if we have a look at Nether Stars. Oh, look at that, you can actually craft them. Oh, peaceful mode only. So yeah, Nether Star Essence is what we get from the Nether Star seeds. So I needed 4 Spirit Binders and 4 blocks of Temperio Essence. It's crazy. So each Spirit Binder is Ectoplasm, Gaia Spirit, and Nether Star. And then with the Skeleton Seeds, which require Skeleton Seeds. So a little bit of a process. I need some more with the Skeleton Skulls now. But yeah, we'll be able to do all that so we can get out into the stars that way. Start building up a store of them. Set up all the Minicio farms and things to compress that all into Temperio so that we can get that all going. So yeah, and once that's all done, also all this crafting, probably won't start the laser drill right away. What I do want to do is the Epsilon, is to finish off Pneumaticraft, and then once we've finished Pneumaticraft, we should be able to start Mechanism. We could start now actually. So it needs reinforced machine frames, so I'll set those recipes up. I haven't set them up yet in the assembly table because all the machines can be made with any level of machine frame, and that just gives you that level of machine. But the way the recipes are set up, it's actually way cheaper to create them with the lowest machine frame level, and then you can use them and craft them up to the higher tiers, which is way cheaper than just originally using the higher tier machine frame. So I haven't set any of those recipes up, so I might set those up and make sure that all the ingredients can be crafted so that I can make like 500 machine frames, these reinforced ones, and get those into steel casings, because steel casings will be used for a hell of a lot of things. So that's just the facades here. There for one. And then all the all the mechanism machines require them. And then yeah, there's different. What's that? Seismic fiber. But yeah, things like solar neutron activator, we need lots of those. So I think create 500 to start with, and I'll probably need to create another 500 to 1,000 more later. But yeah, if we set that up to run, so if we're running all those things, then that means that while it's creating most of those, we can actually be going through this quest line. Once we've got the casings, then we're doing all the cabling, and then all this power and stuff, and then this is the interesting one, the enrichment chamber. Once we've got that and we've done all these enriched things and set up recipes for all these alloys, yeah, and then the osmium compressor is really nice, because then that means we can create our own refined glowstone ingots. And then the miner, which is really, really nice. Once we've got the miner, let's see, can we actually create the miner without going to Galacticraft? So teleportation core. Actually, that's, yep. Yep. And the robot. Steel. It's not right now. Certainly not cheap, but cool. Oh, whoops. There we go. No, we do. We need palladium for it. For the robot. Oh well, palladium. I don't know which planet that's from. Hopefully that's the moon. Because once we've got that miner, things become much easier to get the stuff off the other planets. Because you can sit it down and tell it to target specific ores. And so you can just say, oh, I want palladium, and it will go, okay, there's 100 palladium within range, I will mine all those for you. Whereas before then, I think the best we can do is the Ender Quarry, which I've created, which basically you set it down, you tell it what area you want, and it just goes through and mines everything out. So every single block. So then you have to set up filters and stuff so that you can filter out all the dirt and the stone and all the crap that you don't need, and hope that you've got some ore in range for it. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'll go fight guy. Actually, no, let's not use the portal just in case we've got some enemies. Yeah, I'll fight the guy, get all the nether stars set up, all the plants. So there's still a lot of effort to do all that stuff, but it's there's nothing blocking me from doing it. See, now that we've now that it's daytime. So this is the shield generator, it's generating this shield, which isn't particularly a shield, but what it is supposed to be is it is solid for me and it damages hostiles. So when I put the beacon down and I'm fighting the Gaia and it starts spawning things, they get damaged by the ground, but I don't. So yeah, that's the plan. I think if we set that like that, what I can probably actually do is we F7. Let's get the right tool for the job. I got no torches. Let's remedy that. I don't know why I didn't think of this in the first place. I guess I was didn't think about the solar panels turning off. Right, so I'll leave it here. I need to craft another beacon now. And I'll fight the guy quite a few times actually, and then right, it's filled up. So now, yeah. Now we should be good. Not right here, we are. Yeah. So this island will be expanded a bit and decorated and stuff like that. But for now, I just want to get the fight done and get my Master Infusion Stone and my Nether Star Seeds going. And yeah, so once I've done that and I've set up all the plants, I will start with the mechanism stuff so that we can start with the Galacticraft stuff. Even though there's still some other things I can do with like the laser drill and things like that, which I might start setting up if I get to the point with the mechanism, like creating all the casings and stuff. If I know that I've got some processes that are running and I've got some time to spare, I can start doing that stuff. But right now, as far as I know, there's nothing that I can get from the laser drill that I'm particularly in dire need of. Right now it's all the Galacticraft stuff, so getting all those ores from the different planets. So that's the priority, is to do that. because I think what do we need for the dire crafting table? Yeah, we need the ME controller, which needs palladium as far as I know. Let's see, engineering processor. No, that doesn't. Why do I think the ME controller needs? Does the inscriber need? These flux box, yeah, then carbon wafer. So that's from carbon ingots. Yep. So to create this, the inscriber to do the ME controller is what we need to go to thing. Awakened core. Need to awaken draconium ingot. Yeah, and look, draconic core. We need the glowing mangalloy and the blue gem. Other planets. So there's a lot of stuff in there that need the extra planets for, but we'll try and get that crafting table set up as soon as we can. I can hear some zombies. Yeah. Let's just do that. Right, the whole leave that here, getting sidetracked. Oh, I hate this. Hello, Mr. Zombies. Right, should be good to go. Hopefully it's monster proof now. Yeah, let's set this to be disabled. And then that means that when I come back it should be full power and we should be ready. Yeah, this video's longer than I wanted it to be, but that's alright. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. Like I said, we're getting pretty close to Galacticraft, and I'm actually getting keen to make some progress rather than shoring up the things that we've already started. I've done a lot of work on that with the cow prison and setting up all this logistics pipe system and stuff. It's all helped and improved things, but it hasn't actually pushed us forward in the quest book that much. Most of that stuff's just been me crafting things that I could have crafted a long time ago and actually getting around to doing it. So yeah, I'm hoping to get this mechanism stuff set up. Mechanism is a mod that I really like and I'm pretty familiar with, so I'm pretty keen to get that going, which does mean getting the Galacticraft stuff set up. Might be a little bit of planning to get some new areas set up for these things, so mechanism and Galacticraft mushrooms set up on top of the rock, and yeah, should be fun. I'll see you next time.